In this video, we're going to discuss and review the ultimate back-to-school gremlin. Welcome to the Swearwolves Horror Podcast YouTube channel. I'm Brett. If you're a returning subscriber, I just want to thank you for coming back. And if you're new to this channel, I want to thank you for stopping by. Please consider clicking both that subscribe button as well as that notification bell below. We upload videos on a semi-regular basis in which we review anything and everything horror, from action figures and toys to soundtracks, various collectibles, video games, you name it. And today we're talking about this ultimate back-to-school gremlin. My understanding of this figure is that this was an advertisement used to promote the movie back in 1985. And they put these ads in the newspaper that says exactly what it says on the box here. See gremlins again before you hit the books. That's my understanding, and that's what this figure kind of throws back to. So let's go ahead and take a look at the packaging. Actually, before I start, I was really hesitant to get into collecting gremlins. There's just so many of them, and you know, it's kind of that fine line between horror film, family film, comedy, you know. But the more I've gotten these figures, the more I've fallen in love with them. And I saw this was at the store at my local Target the other day, and I just had to pick it up. So I'm falling down the Gremlins rabbit hole, so to speak, and I'm actually really happy about that. So let's take a look at the packaging. Again, on the front is this See Gremlins Again Before You Hit the Books, kind of a back-to-school, old-timey look here. He's got his books and his ball glove lunchbox, and he's standing at the bus stop here. On the side, it just says Gremlins, Ultimate Back-to-School Gremlin. And then on the back, we have the figure posed in various different ways. And you see right here, it's even got like some graffiti, Billy plus Kate, and then Gizmo Caca. Gizmo. And then this write-up right here is just the same that's on the back of all of these Ultimate Gremlins, talking about the gadget salesman who is looking for a gift for his son, buys a Mogwai, names a Gizmo, and then goes south pretty quick after that. Like with all the Ultimates, it opens up to reveal the window packaging of the figure. So there we got the figure on the right here. We'll talk more about that. And then, of course, on the left here is the figure just posed in a nice little way there, like they do on all these photographs for these Ultimate figures. So why don't we go ahead and open this up, take a look at the figure and the accessories, give it a review. All right, I got the figure opened up here, and before we get to the figure itself, let's go ahead and talk about these accessories. There's quite a few accessories to talk about, so let's start from right to left. We got alternate hand for the Gremlin, as you can see right here. Good sculpt on this. Like with all the Gremlins, you know, I've talked about how because they are puppets and not real people, it's very easy to get them to look like the real thing, quote unquote real thing. But you got all this fine detail right there. You can see when I get it into the light of the scaly flesh and then the claw-like fingertips. So really good job of the sculpt for this hand. So this is probably to help grip the next thing we're going to talk about, which is this baseball. It's round and has red laces. It looks like a baseball. We also got this bus stop sign. Definitely a throwback to what that art is. The thing I like about this bus stop sign, just looking at it, is that it's not perfect. And you got some paint wear on there. Like, it looks like an oldish sign, at least in the lettering wise. They could have done some more damage to the sign itself, but if we're trying to make it look anything like that, it definitely does a good job. Got some books here. Now, the books are one unit. They don't come apart, but we have two books. We have American history on this side and just math on this side. Made out of plastic. These aren't stickers on the books, which is kind of nice. It's like painted on or printed on, which is always good because sometimes stickers can wear off. Same with this sign here. It's printed on. So I do like that. But they look like books just stacked up. We got our baseball glove to go with our baseball. Now this is just one solid piece of plastic. It doesn't open up. It's not made out of leather. It's made out of this like hard plastic, rubber, PVC type material. But we do got some good details on there from the stitching right there. Let's see if I can get a better shot of that. From the stitching right there in the base of the glove, the button. You know, it's got that open part like ball gloves have. I think they did a really good job to make this look like leather, and just the detail on it with the stitching and everything and the folds. So it looks like an old ball glove. And it has 4 fingers. I don't know how he uses it because he only has 3. So what are you gonna do? Finally, for accessories, we have this awesome lunchbox. I wish I would have had this lunchbox. I like how it has ET on the side, like the Amblin Entertainment, but we got Stripe on the back here, and we got Gizmo on the front looking all scared. This is a lunchbox like I would have had in the 80s. I had a Return of the Jedi lunchbox, actually, tin one, like this, but never a Gremlins. But I thought when I opened it up, I was like, oh, it would be so cool if it opened up. And sure enough, it opens up. No thermos inside. All of these usually came with thermoses, so that would have been a nice little add-on had they put a thermos in there, even if it would have just stayed in there and not come out. I thought that would have looked cool. But other than that, I mean, I really do like it. Let's see. It says at the bottom, don't get him wet, keep him out of bright light, never feed him after midnight. Words to live by. Finally, let's get to the figure itself. I have it on a stand here, which is to help it stand, of course. Probably a good idea to get some of these stands or any type of stands that you like, because these figures don't stand all that well on their own. They have these little feet and they tend to be a little top heavy. But I will take him off the stand for the time being to discuss this. We have some articulation. We have the head, which goes side to side. The jaw goes up and down. A little bit of articulation in the ears. They can turn, looks like. No real neck movement, kind of up and down on this ball joint. Mostly it's just side to side. We have a socketed arm here, the ball joint, and then it bends at the elbow, turns at the wrist. No articulation in the fingers. The waist does turn, and he does bend down. We do have movement in the leg at the hips, and then at the knee, and then of course the feet can turn in and out. One thing right off the bat that I like about this figure is the hat is on here. It's not a removable hat. I had a problem with the Gamer Gremlin because that one has a removable hat, and it was hard to balance that one on top of the head. I finally got it balanced on top, but I like the fact that this one comes just with the hat. It is hard to see the detail in the face though with this light. Let's see if I can grab a little bit of that. Well, when we get to that. But anyway, I like the hat is permanently on this figure. Very much so like the pose in the cover. The detail in the face sculpt you can see, I mean, it's just your standard Gremlin. He looks great. Even though they're kind of disgusting looking, I still find them rather cute. So, like I said, you can make his ears go up or down. Keep them up like that. But you can see the detail in that ear and in the face itself, and the eyes, especially the eyes, look great. The teeth, those gnarly, sharp teeth. The hat, we should talk about the detail in this hat too. Really good job. This is solid plastic. So it looks like it's maybe cloth or some kind of moldable material, but it's just solid, and it's got those folds built into it. The G, I'm assuming for Gremlins, and just the detail on the brim and everything. I really like that hat. Coming down to the school clothes that he's wearing, this is all cloth goods. The Ultimate figures tend to not come with a lot of cloth goods every once in a while. Usually they're molded rubber, but I do like that he has cloth goods on there, and these are just really good quality. The looks wise, they just look really good, from the jeans with the cuffs in them to the belt. with this like silvery belt buckle. And then the shirt itself, it just looks really good. The back side of it, I mean, you can see that the pants, they do Velcro back here. And you got his little tail sticking out. It's just kind of cute to see him with this. He's got to have a bottom open for his tail, but that's cool. The detail down the arms, same like this lizard skin. Just a lot of good detail work in there, and the coloring is just great. And the hands we talked about a little bit earlier when we were looking at the alternate hand. But there he is, and then of course down to the feet with the little claws in the feet. So overall, I just really dig this figure. Now, how do you pose it? I think what we got to do, I mean, if we're gonna stick with, let me just put him back on the stand here. Just stick him on the stand just like that, and he'll stand just fine. If I can still balance him. Sometimes you got to find a nice little balance. I think if we want to stick with what we got on the cover here, we just got to have him carrying his books and the lunch bag and have the bus stop in the background. That's probably the best way to do it. So that's probably what I'm going to do. All right, I got the figure kind of posed how I want it to be. I will say this, it took a lot of finagling to get it posed like this. I don't know, because the hands and the arms they have their articulation a certain way, you can't really get it to look exactly like that right there. You kind of have to have the red book on the outside instead of the blue, or on the inside instead of the blue book. It took way too long to pose it like this, but I got it to where it somewhat looks like the artwork on the cover there, and I'm happy with it. I like the way he's holding the books and the glove, and he's got his lunchbox there. The cool thing about this lunchbox also, because it does open, you can stick your added accessories inside. Usually having some added extra accessories, you have to store them somewhere, but you can store them right here with the figure. So I do like that. And then of course you got the bus stop sign right there. So all in all, I'm going to give this 4.5. Now, I'm giving it a 5 overall as far as a figure goes. I really like the looks of it. Comes down half a head because of how hard it was to get. It could be user error, it probably is, but I got to stick to my guns on this. It was hard because I couldn't get the books to hold right, and you know, all that kind of stuff. I'm no toy photographer, so I don't know all the tips and tricks. So if you have any tips and tricks, go ahead and leave a comment down below. Maybe there's a video you can recommend that I watch on how to pose these figures a little bit better. But like I said, the figure-wise, it's a 5 Pamela Voorhees heads out of 5 Pamela Voorhees heads for me. But I'm giving it, knocking off a half a head just because of how hard it was to pose this. The articulation caused some problems for me. If you like this video, please click the like button below. Also, if you haven't yet subscribed and you feel so inclined, click both that subscribe button as well as that notification bell below. We are the Swearwolves Horror Podcast, and we do a weekly show in which we review horror movies. So please check us out by searching for The Swearwolves wherever you listen to your favorite podcasts. Or you can also visit our website at theswearwolves.com. So, for the Swearwolves, I'm Brett. Hi, this is Brett with the Swearwolves. When I'm not editing videos or creating content for YouTube, I just sit here and wait and wait. If you like the video that you just saw, go ahead and click that button right there. And if you haven't yet subscribed, go ahead and click that other button right there. I'll wait.